Agendas for today. I'll start with a quick introduction of our Henkel printed electronics portfolio. We will review the main printing processes, and then we will dive in a bit on the different type of antennas, printing process, and then also ink. So we classify usually in three categories our inks: the conductive ones, it's silver, silver chloride, carbon, copper, nickel, whatever, for electrical conductivity. They are used in the membrane switches industry, different type of sensor, any bus bar, antenna, among other applications. The resistive inks are mainly carbon and non-conductive parts, so you can blend them together to adjust level of resistivity. They are used for printed resistor, potentiometer, and heating element. And finally, the dielectric inks, only non-conductive material. They are used for electrical insulation, environmental protection. So what we call like dielectric inks, it's for dielectric layers, conformal coating, and encapsulation. So this is a quick peek of our portfolio. It's not our full portfolio. We have many more inks. The idea behind that slide is to say that we've got an ink for that, whatever your application is. To review the main printing processes, most of our inks are made for screen print, either flatbed or rotary screen. It's true, it's a slow process, it's a slow production process. It's still widely used in the printed electronics industry. It's extremely versatile. You can print from 5 micron to 25 microns. It really applies everywhere. If you want to go higher volume, higher speed, you can use flexographic and rotogravure. We have inks for that. We also have inks that you can use for screen print and apply it to flexographic with the right amount of dilution. That's it. For the 3D printing, direct printing, everything is dictated by the printing head. So you can do a valve jet dispense, you can do aerosol jet, spray coating, and many more. Most of our ink are dispensable. It's not a problem. We have some few that are aerosol jettable, and we have a full brand of ink that are sprayable, brushable, dippable. And finally, the pad printing. I will explain in details what is the printing process for pad printing, but for that we developed inks that are dedicated to this type of printing application, and they have very specific chemistry to make it work. So the talk today is about antenna, and we use three distinct type of definition for antenna. The printed industrial antenna, they cover large prints. So what you want to have is a lightweight antenna. You want to make it easy to assemble on a final part, and because you use very conductive inks, the idea is also to save cost. The pad printable antenna is to integrate it in any 3D surface, any small space. They're used for mobile telecommunication devices, 5G antennas, for example. And finally, the printed RFID antenna. So in that case, it's more cost-driven than really performance-driven, but the ink can help to adapt to various frequency requirements. It's used in inventory tracking and many more applications. So this is our material selection for the antenna. We have 5 screen printable ink, including our new ECI 4010, and it's a silver-plated copper, flavor of the day. We also have pad printable ink for, of course, the 3D surface printing. So let's start with that. What's the interest behind the 3D surfaces antenna, and why using pad printing? You can have a much better design flexibility. You can print really anywhere. You can adjust your design to the space you have and the material you have. It's space efficient. You don't have to add PSA. You don't have to print your ink on polyester or any sort of substrate. And it boosts antenna performances because you don't have these extra layers that are not really useful. So yeah, you get an excellent clearance on your antenna, and you can also build you can increase the height of your printing thickness to make it fit on small spaces. How do you pad print? So you have the ink that is in an ink cup on top of the etched plate, which it's also called a cliché. You remove the ink cup from the cliché, you stamp it with a silicone pad, and then the ink transfers from the cliché to the silicone pad, and from the silicone pad to your 3D surface or 2D surface.